Hey everyone, and
Hello,
welcome
everyone.
to Why Are You Still Here?
A
In
very
our
special edition.
exactly very special our first edition of First Thoughts. We might be doing more of these. We probably will be. Anytime we come across a movie that is important to us in some way.
Now, Brandon's been
That we
getting ready for
feel
this movie for a while. Brandon, actually, we haven't really
yeah.
talked about it on the podcast, except for when we did talk about our favorite horror movies. Brandon is the biggest Halloween fan I've ever met in my life and ever will meet. So he is definitely the authority to hear on the Halloween Kills, what we think of the movie. So this is the movie, which is another sequel to Halloween 2, which is not really a sequel to Halloween 2 because it gets rid of all the continuity, but it follows Michael chasing Laurie Strode, just like the sequel to Halloween 2, but not Halloween 2. Brandon, is that accurate?
No. No. Because little known fact, Michael also chases Laurie in the first one.
Yes.
I know that might blow your mind, but yes. So in Lucas's defense, he's half kidding.
Yeah,
I
I'm
would say
being a
completely,
smartass.
but I'm never sure. Um, but I got my pumpkin.
Yes.
Yes. All right. And again, it's First Thoughts on I swear my
Halloween.
setup is so weird today.
It's fine.
Yeah, Halloween
Of
Kills.
Halloween Kills. So Brandon and I saw the movie last night. It was opening night for for the public. Thursday night we saw it. I saw it at 7 o'clock. I saw it as early as I possibly could.
Mm-hmm.
I had to, and that's the thing. We weren't going to stream the movie because we feel very heavily that this is a movie you should support in the theaters. Because I didn't, and not even
Yes.
that. I don't want this. Is not a movie I want to see alone. I want to hear people scream. I want to see them jump next to me. I like seeing it with an audience. It's awesome. So
Yes. And they
it was a
did.
movie to be seen in theaters. I saw it in the Dolby Vision, so I had the Atmos and the shaking seats and the really good contrast ratio, so it looked gorgeous. Great movie going experience. I did have fun. It was the first time I've been to the movie theater since the pandemic. The last movie I saw was Onward at 2019.
Oh
So
God.
it was a very good experience and fun movie to go back and see in the theaters. So Brandon, for this fun movie, let's hear a synopsis of it. Tell everybody what it's all about.
Well, this is certainly not a movie for children, despite the fact that there was children in Lucas's theater. Apparently,
Right behind me. They were very well behaved, but they were there.
they were there. As I was watching the movie, all I could think about was that text when you texted me about it, because I'm like, what? Like this
There had to have
is
been like 4 or 5. There was like 3 of them. The whole
oh my
family.
God. Was crazy for me.
Yeah,
I
the
can't
mom
even
and dad
imagine
was
being a
there.
kid.
Yep.
Awful. But yeah, a quick synopsis. It follows immediately from the events of Halloween 2018. Very much like Halloween 2. Or Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 to a certain regard, or Halloween Resurrection. You know what? Scratch those. Pretend those didn't come out of my mouth. Halloween 5 does the same sort of thing. It picks up as soon as the first one ended. And,
I will
Laurie
commend it for that.
Strode.
It was very seamless.
Correct. And Laurie Strode and family lock him down in the basement. They set the house on fire, and surprise, surprise, he gets out.
Mm-hmm.
You
Who
know,
would have thunk? Who would have thunk?
yeah. It's very surprising. But the whole town of Haddonfield finds out about this. And basically they take the law into their own hands, and they decide to track Michael down. And that's really the best synopsis that I could give for it. We did not mention this. but we're going to do a little bit of, I was going to say 5 minutes, but I think we're probably even over 5 minutes now of a non-spoiler take on it. Just so everybody can watch this video feasibly, at least, a little bit. And then the bulk of the video is going to be spoilers, just because, what are you doing with your life? Come on, go and see it.
Yeah.
In theaters, preferably. But, don't let my opinion deter you. Spoiler alert. Anyway. So first off, Lucas, other than
Yes.
fun in a non-spoiler way, what was your take on the movie?
It was everything I thought it was going to be. I didn't expect the movie in any way, shape, or form to be close to Halloween 2018. I sat down, as you know, and I will tell the audience now that with the exception of Resurrection, I watched all the Michael Myers movies, and there are some real shit bombs in there. I'll tell you that, and there's some real mediocre ones, and there's some really entertaining ones. I was so impressed with Halloween 2018, which is what spurred me buying all of them from the Scream Factory versions in 4K, watching all of them. And it just really put me in this mood for Halloween, not even just the movie, but the time of the year. It's the season of the witch, baby. So I didn't think it was going to be as good. I knew it was going to be gory. I knew the kills were going to be creative. I knew there would be a few good jump scares. I knew the cinematography was going to be cool. It was literally every single thing I expected, nothing more, nothing less. It was a gore fest. It was the kills were entertaining, and that's something that unanimously said across the board. If you didn't like the movie, at least people admit the kills were fun for the most part. And it was just a pretty damn average Halloween movie, and that's kind of saying a lot. So that's my spoiler-free review of Halloween Kills.
Okay. Oh man.
except James Jude Courtney, I'll have to say, is definitely, I think he's gonna be my favorite Michael Myers, man. He's so damn good. I really like this guy. I really like him a lot. So I guess I will say that. And as far as the positives, that's where they end, because there's not much more to say about this movie in a positive light. Brandon, take it away.
Okay, yeah. So I felt differently about it right from the offset. Like Lucas said, I've been looking forward to this movie from its announcement. I mean, that happened in, if I remember correctly, it was late 2018. And we kind of already knew that a sequel was going to be coming anyway, but it was then that they kind of released this like sizzle reel kind of thing. And it went in 2018, there was the revival or something like that. And then it went in 2020, he kills.
On October 16th, 2020, Halloween kills.
And in 2021, it ends.
And on October 15th, 2021, Halloween ends.
And it was so weird that nobody even knew that those were the titles of the movies until like a week later. And I remember I was talking to Jake at work, and I was like, are those the titles or were those just statements? I don't know. But so I've been looking forward to it very much so since then. I absolutely adored 2018. I think that it is, just about perfect. It shocked me how perfect it was. And with everybody being the same director, same writers, same talent, same crew, every single thing is the same. Why wouldn't I expect it to be as good? Or at least comparable, or at least still feeling like it's in the same universe. This movie was a mess. I should have looked into it and saw who edited it. That's a, say that 5 times fast, because I don't know if it's the same editor. I would assume not, unless he fell and had a closed head injury, or she, because the movie reminds me of Quantum of Solace. If there's any James Bond fans out there, there's a lot of, quick cuts. It sort of is
Feels very rushed.
It's rushed. It's very disorienting. And it just, you kind of feel confused, even though what's happening in front of you should not be confusing at all. And, I won't say how the movie starts just yet. When we get into the spoiler part, I will say how it starts. That I liked very much. I did like the beginning of the movie a lot. The first half of the movie, even, I was probably for the most part on board. But then when I saw that this was the only thing that I was going to get from this movie, which is really gory kills, which I'm all for, kills. And, of course, if they're gory, that's cool too. But this was different. It almost,
well, it's because it didn't feel like there was a purpose behind a lot of it. Every kill had a meaning, and for the most part in 2018
in the entire series.
Yeah, this was just not it. It seemed like it went way too hard with the fan pleasing, to the point where it forgot to do anything else other than do callbacks.
You're right. You're right.
And I think it really worked to its detriment in that respect, because it just seemed like, how many characters can we shove in that you remember from the first movie? But then how can we relate it to 4, 5, and even 6 and H2O? You know what I'm saying? So they just tried too hard to do everything, to the point where how in the holy mother of God do you bring back Jamie Lee Curtis for this is gonna be her last time in a Halloween movie? I'm 100% sure of that. And that's what I mean. Like this trilogy, she took such a backseat in this movie that it was sad. It was so stupid. And we'll get into when we get to the spoiler part. I have a few things to say about Laurie's character in this movie.
A bit. I will say sometimes people are a little touchy about spoilers. Saying the amount of time she's in the movie sometimes is a bit of a spoiler. So I want you to be careful about that. Just think about that.
I've said what I have to say about Laurie until we get to the spoiler portion. Then
yes, but I will say this: that if there is anybody that cares about that maybe being a spoiler. A lot of fans knew, back when they filmed this movie in 2020, 2019. Wow. It was fall of 2019 that they filmed this movie, actually. And Jamie Lee Curtis was only on set for, I think, a week. And so it was people were very concerned about that news. Because, in a movie called Halloween Kills, if you're only on set for a week, as opposed to being on set every day for the previous movie,
that's a big departure.
It's a bit of a red flag. So we're gonna now transition into spoiler talk. But before we
didn't warn you.
Before we do, though, Lucas.
Yes.
For the people that are going to stop watching the movie now, Yes, this is a movie. Welcome to our movie. For the people that are going to be done watching the video now, they're going to get out of here. What is your rating out of 10?
Oh, this is an easy one. I said it at work today. It's a 6.5. It is a solid D average.
That's
nothing
so funny
more,
you say
nothing
that.
less.
My rating for it was 6.5 out of 10 as well.
We go.
It's so funny that our perception of that rating is so different.
Really?
Well,
I consider I
you know,
consider a D average to be enjoyable. Same with video games. James and I, if you're watching, James, thanks for being a contributing commenter and recurring viewer. We
yes.
both said that if we play a game or a movie that's a 6 out of 10, that means it's a slightly above average and there is some enjoyment in there, and my time wasn't totally wasted. I consider like a 4 and a 5 to be border, like that's hitting the border of unwatchable,
Okay.
to be like to trash. So I'm gonna give it a solid 6.5.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just my perception of this then that
Okay.
differs. Just because totally not a waste of time. I'm happy I saw the movie, you know. And I think I encourage everybody out there. We said this at the beginning, go see it, you know,
Go see it.
preferably in the theater. If you're nervous about that though, then yes, see it on Peacock. Just see it. Don't illegally stream it, please, for the love of God. They need all the money they can get, and that's not a joke. They really do. And if you're a true fan and you really want to see ends, then please support this movie. But we're gonna transition now. So
like that Wayne's World shit.
yeah, exactly.